Hit it.
I mean, okay, really, I swear, I'm going to get this down. This has got to be an easier software to use than last week. I mean, okay, as soon as I figure out how to start this thing, we'll get it going. And by the way, guys, I really appreciate you giving me another chance of being in command.
You told me you studied.
I promise I'm not going to screw it up this week. I really am not, because if I do, Nightwingham is going to get on my damn case all freaking night. Sportimus is going to get on my case. My favorite soon-to-be married couple will give up on the show, and oh, fuck. Okay, someone get Zero. Tell him I need his help right now to bail me out.
Oh, can do.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
I'd love it if we had an alternate one, just like a random one that said, that one's T. That's a terrible and corny joke.
Hey, guys, I'm not in charge.
No, we won't make that mistake again. Don't worry, we won't subject anybody else to that.
Is anyone here really in charge? Come on now. But hey,
we had to see Joe for an extended period of time.
Who wouldn't like that anyway? That's a positive. Exactly.
That's the thing is, like, that took place in Florida. He's one step closer.
Shows that smile. Shows that smile.
I am in Florida now.
He moved in Florida.
Last week I was not.
Now he's got a shittier setup, worse mic.
It's
It's all downhill from there.
Very crappy setup. I'm literally on my phone on a tripod in a spare bedroom.
He had all of it set up, but Mickey Mouse actually came by and assaulted him. Like he had to pay the Mickey tax when he passed state lines. Where do you think you're going, pal?
Well, this is my podcast country. You don't do what
I feel like I paid enough Mickey tax just getting here in one piece. And we haven't even been here a week yet.
That's always fun.
It was a adventure and a half. You ever seen planes, trains, and automobiles?
Oh yeah.
So the only thing that could make that trip down worse was if we had ran into Del Griffith. That is it. Like every other thing went wrong for us, pretty much.
Have you found an iguana in your backyard yet?
I did see some kind of crazy lizard with like a big
that would
like
be an
red thing.
That would be an iguana.
I don't think it was an iguana though, but it was some kind of lizard.
I just feel like for whatever reason, Deluxe Baldwin as Dell popped into my head with like, where he gets upset with it and he's like, I'm a real article. My pug likes me. My wife likes me. And if you don't like me, you can get out. All right. Well, it's Thursday night. We got the full squad here, though. I don't know, Joe. You're just in here for the first bit, right?
Well, for a little bit, yeah.
For a little bit.
Until he can't any longer.
Well, we've got the full crew here for the foreseeable portion of the night. We'll call it that. It is Thursday night. You're watching us here live on YouTube. You better get into that live chat. We love our audience. We love interacting with you folks throughout the show. A lot of cool people already popping in, saying what's up. We're going to love chatting with you because we got some cool stuff to talk about tonight. As always, I say that every week, but this week I mean it because there is some really cool stuff to talk about.
It's going to be a step up from last week. I mean, we don't have Nate tonight, but it's a step up from last week. Because, everything's better when you get something from Nate Toys and Collectibles, your number one source for imports and Hasbro needs.
I feel like we just need to have like a canned commercial for him.
I'm working on it.
And then we'll have to disclose to YouTube that we have an unpaid sponsor and go through all that. But anyway, if you're watching us here on YouTube, either live or after we've already aired, one, thank you. We love you guys. And two, make sure you smash or kielbasa slam that like button. Make sure you're a subscriber. Make sure you ring that notification bell. We have a lot of cool stuff happening. We're still trying to suss through the other giveaways with Nate. We've got 3 more to go. We just need to get those details. And he's had, a bit come up. So I will do my best to get those details squared away. And I'll probably do a midweek announcement for that next giveaway. Also,
Can I be eligible?
No.
I mean, look at me. Can I have some sympathy here? There's not one toy.
How much,
That is a stunning color on the bed, though. I like that.
I mean,
Like that?
how much sympathy did you give me in my apartment? Oh no, Dave, open that up. No, Dave.
But Dave, you say that,
you were
but
getting
behind
all-
you, Dave, over your shoulder is a breathtaking display, though.
Nate's sympathy and
I
collectibles.
know.
It needs lights.
It does need lights.
I'm very proud.
Can you go remote with the camera and give us a little look-see?
In a second, but first I gotta say hello to Andrew and Alyssa. God, I miss you guys from last week. And Mark 44 Prime, but I can't go too remote, but I picked, of course, that's the display case I picked up a month ago, but I just part of this, I guess. Hi, I'm doing great this week, and this is my new acquisition, is a second display case where I've got my super robot Chigokins. I got my Mazingers up top, the not so Mazingers, and right now there is a Mecha Godzilla. This webcam is cabled, so I can't take it too far, unfortunately. But I decided to move the webcam over here.
Just pull on the webcam real quick. I want to see what'll happen.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click.
God dang it! How son of a...
I like how I hit the technical difficulties button to come back to Dave Cruz.
Are you at Kevin's house? What are you broadcasting from Kevin's basement? Come on, man, get out of there. You don't want you there right now. He's trying to sleep.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm very proud. I did get and actually, as you can see, I've got Transformers up. I have not touched a Transformer figure since I moved. It was
Well, if you're messing with Powder Primes, all you got to go is up.
I'm going to say this. It gave me a little new respect with some of those Powder Primes figures, specifically the Optimus Prime. That's actually... I handle that Prime versus, I hate to say it, the Siege Prime. I actually still kind of like that one.
Yeah, that's why I haven't sold him yet.
But I also did get actual stuff here. I did get from TeamAmazon.com my Moira McTaggart, which I am really looking forward to messing with this figure because she's got a lot of cool mix and match stuff going on. And I did get my Jean Grey, which thank you, Partsformer, for letting me know that she was on Amazon. And then I also did get, yes, the leader of the Predacons, which is more not Sean Connery. But anyway, I did get my...
It was very Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I did get my Kingdom Megatron, and now I'm going to finally start working through the backlog. Oh, I did want to show this. I got 2 bookcases up to put up Marvel Legends. So I've got my Iron Man figures up, my Spider-Man figures up, symbiotes, Spider-Man villains, and kind of starting working on my street teams like, Cloak and Dagger, Punisher, Daredevil, and stuff. So progress
You need
is
a Godzilla
being
for that Mecha Godzilla, dude. It's pretty lonely down there.
Well, I do actually already have on pre-order the King Kong vs. Godzilla Monster Arts because one, their prices were too good, and it's a fully articulated giant gorilla. So, what more do I really need with an axe? Hopefully, the movie will be decent, which reviews pretty much say pass out during the human elements and enjoy the monsters beating the hell out of each other, which is all I really need, to be honest.
It's just
Par for the
what we
course.
expect.
Hmm?
I'm saying that's what we expected. What else can you ask for?
Pretty much.
I mean, if the reviews had said, the human element is very engaging, but the monster stuff is pretty boring, that would be disappointing. But the other way around, everyone's perfectly good with.
To say, I mean, it's not like the human element does really well in the Japanese movies.
Or the Transformers movies.
Right.
That's a whole, yeah. But thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. And I just found out that I'm, officially allowed to sign up for my COVID shot, which is a good sign because those COVID shots come out. And we're getting that much closer to October, being inoculated. Hopefully, I'll see some people up in Baltimore.
Yeah, TFCon put out that video. You know, they are very confident that it's going to happen. A new video on their Facebook page advertising Baltimore.
I think October is a safe bet.
Yeah. I didn't watch the video. Was it like, come to Baltimore, you'll probably be okay?
I mean, unless that guy T-Skull this afternoon was there.
Come to Baltimore, you won't get COVID, but you'll get shot.
Get your shots without the COVID. No.
I'm not going to put T on the spot because he's eating, but Matt, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool?
I have some things cool. I'm pretty good. I wasn't on last week because I was my second shot into my COVID shots. So this time next week, I will be full efficacy and fully vaccinated. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I did get some cool stuff. I was on a lucky whim. I had Are you all right, T?
I'm laughing at Kevin. If you come to Baltimore, I get pushed in the harbor.
Well, that's as good as death. I was lucky enough to pick up some new Transformers, some new guys, some Huffer Air Razor. You like that? You like that? Yeah. So I went into Target and they had one of each of these guys, and the peg next to them was loaded with 4 RCs, Kingdom RCs. So I don't know what the box looks like, what the case pack quantities are, but y'all might be staring at peg warming RCs for the next few months. That's the way it was looking like anyway. In part thanks to, let me get this guy over here. In part thanks to Mr. No Effort Randomness, I was able to pick up this guy, which is the amazing Yamaguchi Iron Man, this guy. So I'm late on this one. I'm watching through the MCU again, and for whatever reason, they brainwashed me this time, and I'm like, I don't have an Iron Man. I kind of need one. So I'm not going to go any deeper besides the Iron Spider, which I saw a picture of both of those guys posed together, this and the Iron Spider, and that sort of spurred me on to get this guy. But he's cool. Dave warned me before I got him that he's overwhelming because of all the stuff, and he's absolutely right. The only problem I have with him is that some of these Revoltech pegs going in are ridiculously tight, and others don't hold the weight. So it's kind of a mixed bag as to which ones you're going to use. But he's cool. I like him. And then the last thing is I'm a big art fan, so I finally pulled the trigger on one of these pixel art shadow boxes. So I got Castlevania.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got different layers to it, where the stage and then the background and then the characters are on different planes. And it's got I haven't put it up yet, but it's got a little tag for the game that you can put on the front.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
So this is going up somewhere.
Where does one acquire something like that?
What's that?
Where does someone acquire something like that?
Big Bad and Amazon have them. And they have them for this. They have them for a bunch of games. This, Sonic, Mega Man, couple of ones. You got to go look in there, huh?
Contra.
Yeah, yes, there is a Contra on there.
Oh, really? Sweet. I'll
send you the link. But the this is really cool, and they're not. This is the larger one for $25. It's 9x9. Then they got a smaller 6x6, which is $17, and they're really cool. I'm a big art fan, so I've got a few more art pieces coming in. Hopefully next week I'll be showing off on next week's show. That's it. That's what I got.
I was a bad influence there.
He was. You'll see it next week.
That's like the 3DS effect.
Yeah, basically, yeah. All right, T. How the hell are you?
I am spectacular. And I noticed that when it's 5 screens, like I might have to go back and look at the other episodes. But I think there used to be borders on the side of my screen. Now it looks the same. But what I picked up randomly, I was in Hobby Lobby. Now I have a dining room table. I'm sorry.
Sir, are you piecing together a dollhouse for my G.I. Joes?
Oh, I almost, if the price was right, I almost bought one because I was looking. They had a full big one. It was like $79, and I was like, "What?" And then I read for fully assembled $300 and something. I was like, "Yeah, never mind." But if you could still buy that whole house for $70, that was amazing. But and if you've been watching me on social media, you saw I was goofing around in Hobby Lobby a little bit with one of their little dolls, the brother doll. But, I didn't show this last week, but I did get all for one. His arm can do this, and the shoulder joint is on a ball post.
Wow.
But somebody was suggesting that I buy another one. If I bought another one, I could just pop the left arm off and put it over here because it even still has the little cuff thing in there they usually have for the even though you can't even see it.
What would you do for a left hand?
Take a hand from one of the other McFarlane figures.
I guess, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I imagine they left that sculpting, I'll bet, because it's sculpting so they can release it again without the mutation, without the quirk.
How
More
does that
than
even
like,
stand up?
yeah, it barely. This arm it's probably not solid, but it is still heavy. So I can barely get him to stand up. It definitely, his hips aren't strong enough for the weight. But this body is awesome. Like, people could just, if it had that arm, people could use this body for all types of customs and whatnot. Because it has like the ab crunch and ab tilts and jump. But yeah,
You know, they
That's
can
an
use that
amazing
for
quirk.
a Bruce Wayne. I mean, they've done all these Batman figures. Where the hell's
Yeah.
like the Bruce Wayne?
right.
Well, I was actually thinking, maybe like by the way, Sportum is your jerk. I was thinking maybe like a wild card figure might have some of the arms to use.
So yeah, but all his suits are white.
You know, that all for one figure, like I've seen the anime and I know like the seriousness of the character, but that figure reminds me of a combination between William Birkin from Resident Evil and Quagmire. After he got the, his arm was huge from all the masturbatory.
Didn't I
Or
actually
the-
post that GIF as
So
soon as
serious
I saw that
and
figure?
nonchalant. I got Mr. Aizawa. He does come with this optional scarf strap thingy and another optional face, which is cool. But because he comes with all that, he has single jointed knees for some reason.
You can have
I
it crouching.
picked up this before it disappears and I regret it. I've been waiting for it to go on clearance. It's never on friggin' clearance. So you can go with where is it?
Once Panther is out, people are going to want it.
He's already out. Somebody found it.
Oh,
This little baby battle cat. The regular size cat. You already seen my RC review. Shoot, 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 shoot.
I was hoping she'd be a little better.
Yeah, I mean,
I was hoping it would be a step up from the previous Reds. Let's put it that way.
yeah, technically speaking, compared to Wave 1, there are improvements like her having butterfly joints and the paint isn't swirly and whatnot. And she comes with a lot of good accessories, 2 of which are completely unnecessary. And 3 made unnecessary because they didn't paint them. The little swooshy thing on her blade. But the main killer is the knee joints just are super duper loose. I mean, you could barely get her standing up.
I think my transforming RC is actually more articulated than she is.
She was hindered by all that freaking kibble. But yeah, they do have the joints. It's like she has a swivel in this wrist gauntlet, and this wheel in her leg actually rotates. I'm like, they could have put those joints somewhere else. Seador, spoiler. Not everybody comes here, so I'm gonna just spoil it. I think he's probably the first one that makes me feel like it was actually worth it. And like, I forgot that since Hasbro totally owns the property, that's why they can come with all these freaking accessories, and he comes with a lot of accessories, like SH Figure Arts levels of accessories minus extra faces, which he desperately needs because this face is ugly. I don't. Did I show this last week? That I got She-Ra?
Yes.
And that's it, I believe.
All right, cool. Next.
All right. Well, Joe, you're in Florida. How you
I'm in
feeling?
Okay, next.
Tired. Unfortunately, I don't have any hauls to show you guys other than this house.
All your stuff.
But you know what? I'm excited because actually, I just looked it up. There's a Target like 2 miles down the road, so I'm finally close to a Target. I'll maybe be able to find Transformers, Earthrise, maybe some Kingdom. Who knows? Whatever, maybe some NECA. Because I used to have to go like half an hour to get to the Target.
I'm just
over near where Matt lives, and no one wants to go.
How close is the Walmart to you?
I think there's a Walmart. I used to be close to a Walmart.
Well, Florida Walmart 2 a.m. What could go
I'm
wrong?
pretty sure there's like 3 Walmarts and 3 Targets within like a 5-mile radius of where I'm at right now. So I should be fine. There's everything. It's not like living in Cecil, Tucky, where we have one grocery store, one hardware store, and that's it.
You get to be disappointed more often.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. Just that's more opportunities to make the walk of shame, but at least it's more opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks, and it was a crazy ride down. We had like a 3-4 hour delay leaving the house. We didn't leave on time. It took us 21 hours, I think, to drive down here, when it should have taken us like 17, maybe 18. We planned on 18.
How many vehicles did you guys have between you?
So the plan was to have 2 cars, and we had everything packed in the pod. We filled the pod up like right away, and we still had a whole bunch of stuff. So my wife went and got a trailer to pull behind her car. We filled that up right away. And then we were like, crap, we still need more space. So my in-laws volunteered to drive a U-Haul truck if we could get one. We were able to get one on a Sunday. He went and got a 15-foot box truck, and we filled that like that, and still didn't get everything out of the house. But that was it. Like, we couldn't do any more than that. And he drove it down. So we had 2 cars, a U-Haul box truck pulling a U-Haul trailer. And it took 21 hours. Oh, and it was, so me, my wife, the in-laws, 4 kids, the boyfriend, a dog, a cat, and 2 lizards.
Wait, the boyfriend's coming with you?
Yeah, he's here. So if that doesn't sound like some kind of like really shitty 80s movies or sitcom, I don't know what does. I think I need to just write that out, make a script out of it, and just sell it to some studio. And then maybe Zack Snyder can make a director's cut of it.
Sportimus says, and that was just for Joe's toys.
I had so my stuff ended up going into like the large box. Matt knows how large the box was, but they're like 2 foot by 2 foot, something like that. It was like 20 of those. And it took up a decent amount of space, but that's not why. I mean, and when we got the box truck, I figured, well, we get the box truck, we don't really need the whole truck. We just need like a little bit of, so I was just kind of like throwing stuff in there, and then stuff kept coming out. Like, they just didn't stop bringing stuff out. It's like all of a sudden we had 10 times more. It's like a TARDIS inside my house. It's just more stuff kept coming out of it. I don't understand how it was ever in there in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we ended up cramming everything except for, like, we left some exercise equipment back at the old house, and some dressers and beds and stuff like that we didn't need, because this house is fully furnished. When we got here, it has pretty much everything we need except for all the TVs were super small. So I went and bought a TV today. Bought a 65-inch LG, what's it called? nano cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do have a haul.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and a sound bar. It was like a bundle deal. But
Yeah,
I don't have a haul that I can
U-Haul.
show you. Yeah. Maybe next week I'll have a haul.
They didn't throw in a PlayStation 5?
No, they said, "Oh, this is PlayStation 5 ready," and I was like, "What do you mean PlayStation 5 ready? Like, you just need a TV. What do you need a special TV for a PlayStation 5?" And he started to go into it, and I was like, "Nah, dude, that's not gonna like sell me on a TV being PlayStation 5 ready. Like, if any TV that has a HDMI port is not PlayStation 5 ready, then I have no interest in a PlayStation 5 at all."
Hey, guess what? My wife, she's Dave ready.
Is she PlayStation 5 ready? Does she have HDMI ports? She's got Dave ports. Uh-huh.
That was a Florida joke, wasn't it? Florida joke.
Dave import.
Be careful, Florida.
Zero, how the hell are you doing?
I am doing very well.
Did you sell your house?
What?
Did you sell your house?
I did. I sold my house. I got an offer on Monday, and we accepted. So the offer we got was kind of insane, but we're waiting to see where it goes after the appraisal. I mean, the long and short of this is I bought this place in 2018 for $250,000. The offer was for $343,000 with a $10,000 buffer check in the event that this comes in under appraisal. The asking price was $315,000, so I probably will get around the asking price or a little bit more, to be honest. And I'm cool with that because when my realtor said what they were going to set the asking price at, I was like, well, okay, let's go with it. So I'm pretty excited. I will more than likely be moving north of Baltimore, so I'll probably be closer to Matt and other folks. And
there's room down here in Florida.
Well, 6-7 years, we're going to actually be moving closer to Dave. So when Lex's dad retires, he wants to go to the Carolinas, so that's where we're going. But yeah, no, it's exciting. I got a storage unit last week. That was why I wasn't here. We've already started to fill up the storage unit. I've taken down half of my collection room, which was not fun. It was not fun getting it ready for the showings, but I'm glad. So it looks like I'll probably be out of this place by May 3rd. So we'll see.
And are you looking to get a bigger place now? You guys
absolutely. Yeah. We're looking to get a larger place with that, with like today we talked about, like we have to have 2 living areas and the basement, and yeah. So
well, you got that small child behind you dressed as Unicron. So
I know, right? So yeah, I guess the cat's out of the bag on this one. I got my HasLab Unicron. Like everybody else that got one, I ordered this far back in the distant year of 2019. It feels like 5 years ago. So when this showed up yesterday, it felt like kind of an event. I have gripes with this figure. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still don't like the fact that they changed paint around. It's still noticeable in person. But I will say this was, by and large, one of, if not the most memorable unboxings I've ever had for a Transformer. This thing's heavy. The figure is larger than I was expecting, way heavier than I was expecting, and it just has presence. That's basically my review of the thing. The transformation is not too bad. There's some interesting tolerance issues, but yeah, this is definitely going to be that like one piece I have in my collection that I think everybody's going to go, what the hell is that? Because it really stands out. If you missed the boat on it, I really don't know what to tell you. I paid the Kickstarter price, which was like $550 at the time. I don't know that I'd pay like $2,000 for it, which is what people are apparently selling it for. I don't know. It's very cool. I'm glad to have it. It's massive. I'm glad I'm moving into. It's a little serendipitous that I'm moving into a new place because this would not fit on my billies. Like the stand is too. like the stand protrudes too much to fit on the billies. So yeah. And even on top of a detolf, like the stand is too long. Wait, where's Quagmire? The stand's too long to sit on top of a detolf.
Pretty much have to just set them on a coffee table, and that's like the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I think that's basically what I'm going to do is give him a little end table and sit him there, and like go to IKEA, get a little end table, and have him, be somewhere between shelves and have artwork. Like have artwork.
Don't even go to IKEA. Buy yourself a cheap $10 table. But what you do is
have you priced end tables at IKEA, because they're like $10-15.
But you have to go to IKEA. I'm just saying.
I like IKEA. I'm going to be so close to an IKEA when I move. It's going to be ridiculous.
Well, I was going to say though, you just buy a cheap little like Craigslist $10 table and just put a black blanket over it, because that'll look actually really cool. I mean, I'm actually saying a black blanket over or a black sheet over that table will be a really cool presentation for it. Give it a much more high-end pedestal feel to it.
Yeah, but like those little lack tables, I mean, we'll see. I'll figure something out when I set up the new display, which will probably, after this show, I'm probably going to transform him back into planet mode, and he's going to remain in box. He's going to sit in the storage until probably the summer, and then I'll get to figure all that out again. Did get some cool stuff this week. I happened upon this guy actually last week, and I know you do. He is awesome. This one is going to replace my regular Super Shredder, because I like Super Shredder. Was not a fan of like the cell shaded look that they gave him. I'd never understood why they did that. But this is like, if you missed out on Super Shredder, this is supposed to be an homage to the Shadow version, but it's this deep metallic purple. This is far more in keeping to like what we saw in the actual movie. Could be wrong, but like what I've looked at, this fits in way better with.
He was in the shadows, so yeah. Yeah,
he was in the shadows too, but this looks more like stylized correctly to what we saw in the movie. Also, met up with Kevin, and I did a trade. I got my Batarang replica, and I also got two guys that love saying "boss" a lot. Finally have Bebop and Rocksteady. I had these guys, but Bebop's foot fell off out of the packaging, and I could not reattach it. So I'm glad to actually have another go with them. I also,
but for clarity, it's not supposed to do that, right?
It is not supposed to do that.
Okay.
And it wasn't like a loose ball joint. It was just like would not stay on, so he couldn't even stand. And I was like, I don't want to glue the foot. I don't want to lose that on the ankle rocker. So I just took it back to Target and got my money back. But yeah, courtesy of Team Amazon, I got my deluxe Boba Fett. I did actually open this up and checked it out. Really cool figure.
I forgot to mention that I got that.
We watched the review.
Yeah. And then I got Wave 3 Netflix, and I did mess with these, except for Cheetor. I could not find Cheetor, but I got the Rusticon, the Quintesson Guard. I really like the Black Ray Paint Ironhide, so that was the main reason I wanted this. And then I got Deep Cover just as Cybertronian, background character. I own this mold too much, but I do like how it looks in blue. They use the matte blue on this, and it looks really good in hand. But that's it for me. Let's get into some news, because we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. I guess we'll start off with the Commander Class Rodimus. So we've been talking about this guy a little bit on the show. We got some new, clearer pictures. And I'm gonna say off the bat, Matt, I think you're gonna have a lot to say about this from what we talked about earlier. So let's get into it. Let me share out my screen here.
I want it.
So right off the cuff, we got a comparison with the thrilling. Or I'm sorry, not the thrilling 30. Why did I say thrilling 30? The Studio Series 86.
Because it's still thrilling.
It is thrilling. Oh, just wait. We're going to get into those gargoyles. You wait. Just you wait. And there's an obvious foot joke that I missed there with Bebop.
I was avoiding him. I was avoiding a foot clan joke.
Now, what's interesting, I just noticed this. It looks like there's 2 pins in his knuckles, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and the index finger is separate.
He's got the booger picker.
So you can hold the matrix at an angle.
Yeah.
You can point without it being curved.
So we get a good look at the trailer here, all the different things the trailer can do. Still doesn't look like the spoiler shifts on it. I know we were debating whether or not that could happen. Also, a good question will be, can this cannon fit inside the trailer when it's all closed?
I
think it does.
It just that looks like the same amount of plastic that Ultra Magnus has.
I'm gonna agree.
And
Ultra Magnus plastic was really thin.
I'm just talking about mass. I'm talking about.
I'm gonna agree with Dave on this one.
They got a scale. When you put them together, they're gonna be close to the same size, like on a cup chain.
So he should be the same price that Ultra Magnus was. Not. I just. We're getting ripped off 20 bucks. I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna say 20 bucks because I happen to know about the price increases and why price increases are happening. But it should be okay. A $65 figure. It should not be a $80.
I will say, if we're not talking about price, right? If we remove price from it, and I don't care if we're not talking about the price tag, I think this thing is awesome. Like I'm gonna buy him. I'm excited to get him, and I think everything that I've seen in the pictures looks exactly like I would want from a really good Rodimus Prime figure. But when you put the price in at a commander class, I'm going to do it, but it's going to hurt. I reserve the right to bitch about it.
I am with you.
Especially after we just got Skylinks as the last commander class.
Yes. So I'm with Matt. I'm going to be. I'll be complaining as I'm putting my card back in my wallet. I will be complaining.
Right. Shaking our fists, sort of angrily.
Likewise. I think Fabulous Disaster has a good question here. What current line of Transformers do you recommend to a new collector? I'd say Kingdom.
The Studio series.
Kingdom, and if you go to Ross and find some Earthrise, get some of them too.
Yeah, you can go to Ollie's. They have the Earthrise Prime there. If you can get a hold of the Earthrise Prime for $20, like even if you're not going to collect the line, you at least have one of the best Optimus figures ever made. But,
but I agree. The War for Cybertron stuff that's out now is in my opinion worlds ahead in design and build than what they had before. Generally, as a whole, right? I'm sure you can pick out individual figures.
You're not missing anything from Combiner Wars. You're not missing.
Right. And also, I guess, too, for a new collector, they're readily available more often than not on Amazon and Hasbro Pulse and the Targets and all that, and BBTS. So if you're going to get in now, that saves you the struggle of having to go find an older line, older releases. So jump in now and start picking up some Siege and Earthrise stuff. And what's nice is, too, we're on the third version of this line, so you can cherry pick the characters that you want at this point, and you have the gift and knowledge of foresight into what came out. So by all means, now is a good time to jump on.
Plus, with the Netflix line going, it seems like they're taking the opportunity to give people redecos and reissues of figures that were hard to find or come across.
I'm going to help them out. I'm going to put a link to a listing of Transformers.
Oh, the Team Amazon listing.
Maybe.
Yeah, so T's Amazon page, he's cultivated for collectors, for you guys, for the ones watching here. He's cultivated a collection of links through Amazon that would be beneficial. And I assume you have full Transformers pages and playlists and breakouts and all that.
Yep. The latest toys and some older stuff and masterpieces in there. So be careful. If it seems too high, don't get it.
Yeah.
But I guess also for Fabulous Disaster that asked about what current line of Transformers do we recommend, it also depends on what your tastes are. Do you like the G1 aesthetic, or do you like the Cyberverse stuff? Do you what kind of stuff do you like the Movieverse stuff? I think there's no wrong answer there. Obviously, you're gonna get what you get, whatever you like. But yeah, now is this weird time where all of those figures are in play. Like you can walk in and theoretically buy something from any one of those lines, and Beast Wars, for Christ's sake. Like all the major sort of milestones in Transformer collecting is kind of available right now on the peg. Not all of them, Armada and all that, but a good portion of them. So it's a good time.
You can get a version of all the cool key characters and some of the fun cult characters, to be honest.
Right.
I mean, it's not just your Ironhides and Ratchets. I mean, you got the Arc Group box, which is actually really cool, and some of the best iterations of them. But you get some of the fun characters too, like Spinster. You've got
right.
Oh God, Impactor. A lot of these fun characters and some figures.
Yeah, at the top of my list, Kingdom Dinobot. It's $50. It's supposed to be $30.
Yeah, don't do that.
Primal's a good start, and he's regularly.
Grimlock is $50 like he's supposed to. And Grimlock is a very good figure.
Yeah.
Studio series Grimlock.
Yeah, you grew up on G1 and Beast Wars, man. Like perfect timing.
Yeah.
There's never been better G1 representations on the shelves, and there's never been better Beast Wars representations on the shelves than there is right now. It's crazy, actually. I mean,
I'm kind of envious of you because if you knew how much crap we had to pick up and buy beforehand.
Right.
That Generations Cheetor. Yay.
Another thing too, though, like going back to the Generations Cheetor, if you're not happy with an iteration of a character, this stuff only gets better and better, in my personal opinion. And anytime if you miss out on a character, chances are at some point there's going to be a better version of that character available.
Look at everybody that picked up Power of the Prime's Jazz, because like it's the only Jazz, and this thing's all we're gonna get for a while, and then Studio Series hits, and I'm looking at my old Jazz.
I feel like after this year, we might not be able to say that as far as retail. I think they're gonna jump somewhere else because they threw everything out there so far.
Right, which is why I'm saying do it now. Right, now's the time.
I think it's going to exist like the Black Series or Marvel Legends.
I think they're going to take a 5-year break or something while they're doing Armada again. And
yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to do RID and Armada stuff now.
I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'd like updated versions of those characters that aren't a pain in the neck to transform.
I'm a little G1'd out.
That's true, but just to his point though about what he's looking for, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unicron trilogy is right falling in line with us getting a Unicron.
Speaking of Unicron, what about Behold Galvatron?
This is bad comedy, Starscream.
Is this a Chase variant?
It is. It's got a flocked beard.
No, that's the retail version.
You're familiar with that brand, that third-party brand, Open and Play? Well, this is the Floor Time and Play version.
Floor Time and Play, yeah. And sniff. You got to sniff the box. The box is scratch and sniff, actually.
Yeah, he re-uploaded the video I made last year where he sniffed the boxes.
But okay, gun mode looks good.
I agree. This like nails the canon mode. I think it looks very clean. I think this is the best iteration of a canon Galvatron official or third party we've ever got.
It looks more like a natural progression of since Megatron has been a tank recently. Yeah. Like if he got turned into a futuristic tank.
Like I like the fact that they painted the inner. And again, I'm not a tank expert, but whatever they call the wheels inside the treads, like I like that those are picked out in silver.
Can't paint Rodimus's rims, but they'll paint that.
Right?
It's more a color breakup than that Titans Returns version.
Now I'm gonna say the Titans Return gun mode wasn't horrible, but yeah, this is
But this is a leader class figure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's just like,
I feel like this could have been an opportunity to introduce a new alt mode for Galvatron.
Yeah.
Like they got the tank Megatron. Why do we need the space gun thing?
No,
can't we
Matt.
do something?
No.
Matt, I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because it's a space gun as opposed to a pistol. So this is a time where they can, I hate to say this, appease the fanboys of giving us an updated G1 version of the figure.
Yes, I don't dislike it. I just curious.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. They couldn't make Megatron a gun, but everybody else is G1, like
And
almost masterpiece level. So I didn't expect them to be anything else.
And they did do a tank Galvatron back in the Chug days, if you remember. And
Right, I have that. Yeah,
there was some backlash on that.
he was also a deluxe too.
that was the what was it? The Generations release.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was doing too much to be a deluxe.
Yeah, that figure should have been a size class up, absolutely. But
He was a cool figure, though. I always liked that Galvatron.
But I like this hits, especially now that it seemed the that one image with the legs shrunk down with the paint ticked me off. But it's got the cross, it's got the details to it. But those guns, those are scaled for your unit. Those are your ships.
Yeah.
Unicron.
So I'm curious too if this is going to come with a stand that attaches to the base that Unicron uses, because that's definitely the revenge ship. Like those two guns. I wish they were I wish they were purple. I wish they were painted purple.
We're probably going to get one somehow.
Probably so.
But they also look like that gun, like I said, they look like the gun that G1 Megatron came with.
Yeah, you're right. It's a crazy pose there.
I like. I mean, again, the shoulder pylons. It's hitting all the sweet spots for me. And yes, I even like the scuffed up paint.
I just think, in my opinion, though, I think the proportions are a little too wonky for my tastes.
Yeah. T-Fan Page says, hard to swallow the leader price. I'm in agreement. I'm wondering, though, whether he's got accessories that we're not seeing.
He definitely has that matrix on a chain.
Right.
I don't know.
Does that attach to his shoulder pylons, or does it wrap around the neck?
Hopefully it wraps.
It's probably like a
Kind
piece.
of look like it's attached to his shoulders.
No, that's around his neck. Yeah, that's around his neck.
Yeah. It's probably a piece of soft rubber plastic.
Yeah, man.
I disagree on this one. I see I see the leader class price in this. I think there's enough going on here that warrants that. I mean, not that I want to pay for things.
Well, it's really a Voyager class figure, right? So where's all the extra stuff to make it leader class price?
I think the engineering and the paint.
Like Prime came with a trailer, okay, which was not fantastic, but it was a lot of plastic. This has two guns and he has to have a lot of accessories.
I'm hoping. I mean, I can't tell if this
but what accessories would he have?
Hard to say.
Big yellow phallic shaped that you can use. So fanboys, if they complain, can just take it and shove it right up. Anyway.
The two big giant guns, the matrix on the chain. And I think it kind of looks like he's bigger than the other leader class.
I mean, like Sportimus pointed out, no waffles. I agree that the paint scuff looks wonky. I'm not a fan of it.
Well,
only
should we have to pay a price class up just to get no waffles? I think we should get no waffles for the price that the figure should be in the first place.
I agree with you.
Well,
this is true.
I'm just warning you guys right now, not just Transformers. I mentioned this in our chat, but everything across the board is about to have a huge price hike in general, whether it be car parts, furniture, small things, just because of how the ports are.
We all got them stimmies.
A lot of stuff, believe it or not, there's a lot of production for these small things that's made in Texas. And because of Texas being shut down for a month, everything's behind. A lot of the US made small plastic parts, foam, all that kind of stuff is going to be delayed. Car upholstery, the foam for car upholstery, you're not going to get your hands on. They're not going to get their hands on that. So cars are being delayed because that all the small thing, just from the small parts in the supply chain, and because of that, demand's going to increase, and so the price is going to increase.
I mean, if you're paying attention to PC parts right now, it's insane.
Yeah, well, that's just because of people trying to mine Bitcoin, but yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, not just that, but the demand for memory is up across the board. So you have the Bitcoin miners
Across the motherboard.
across the motherboard. What's funny is the PC I just put together. It just has a 1660 graphics card in there, and now I could sell the graphics card itself for double what I paid for the PC.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I want to know how people get graphics cards and basically daisy chain them together and then turn that into Bitcoin. It's like
mining.
It's like, you know, the underpants gnomes?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like step 1, step 2, and then it's just like there's no step 2, but like step 3 is Bitcoin profit, but there is no step 2.
I'm sure there's a thing up there, but we're not the place to talk to about that right now. Let's talk toys. Let's talk toys.
Partsformer is a PC or a hardware expert, so maybe he, you know, I bet you he has a Bitcoin mining operation in his other room over there.
I bought Bitcoin a few weeks ago, and it's made me $3.50.
Sweet.
So I would say I am the expert here. Financial whirlpool. It was a crazy time. I bought it and I checked it and I felt great.
So you own 0.000000000000000001 Bitcoin?
Yeah. So I'm just curious, when they send it, is it in an envelope, or is it like that little piece of the Bitcoin? Is it like in a plaque?
Oh, look, size comparisons with Ultra Magnets.
It's in a little microscope slide. You need a microscope to actually see it.
You can use Perceptor.
Okay.
And
see, and we tie it all together with toys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Perceptor.
Check your Perceptor.
Oh, I didn't see this picture.
Yeah, so he's
That
not.
looks awesome.
Oh, he's not small.
No.
I can't wait. Y'all can complain all you want. I want it.
Yeah, he's bigger than
He's
Grapple.
bigger.
But
Actually, I'm gonna buy Ultra Magnus when I see him too. I wasn't at first, but I like the clean colors.
I mean, at least he's bigger than the Voyager, and he's
Very.
bigger than Scourge. I'd like to see Cyclonus in that shot. I'm sure Cyclonus will be the same height.
I like to see Cyclonus in a store.
I saw him a couple times, then I didn't see him anymore.
Just to rub it in your face, dude.
I'm still not going to buy this.
Joe's like, you're really trying, but it's not going to happen. It's just not landing with me, fellas. It's just not.
All right. Well, I know what Joe will buy.
Oh, yes?
An obscure
Stonks.
repaint.
Oh.
An obscure repaint of Megatron.
Oh,
T-Rex. You got to get him for the name alone because it's T-WRECKS. So
His album drops next fall.
I'm not sure where this came from, but it's someone who got Unicron early seemed to have this T-Rex in the background. This could be a custom, but chances are, so for the uninformed, T-Rex was a subline during. Well, T-Rex was part of a Dinobots subline during Beast Wars, and he was a Target exclusive figure. And as we know, Target's always got to have exclusive. Well, they don't have one for Kingdom thus far. I actually would be fine with this being, as long as it's not a red card exclusive like Red Wing was, because that was a pain in the ass. I'd be fine with.
Get a red card, Jordan. Get a red card.
You feel like Jerry Seinfeld when you said that. What's the deal?
What is the deal with you for denying a red
Why
card?
don't you have red card? Come on, Newman. We should just evolve the show into like Seinfeld the podcast. Well, why are we socially distancing? What's up with that?
I thought Seinfeld was just okay.
I love
We're-
Seinfeld.
I was never a
kind of
Seinfeld fan.
already.
You know, side note, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Funko Pops, but they're doing a replica of Jerry's apartment, and I'm going to have to get that.
Oh shit! You're gonna
Cool.
buy a Funko Pops.
I'm going to buy a
Wait till
Funko Pop.
Wait till Kevin chimes in on this. You're a pop collector now.
He probably won't associate with me. He'd be like, give me that Batarang back.
You're actually being thrown off the podcast if you get that.
I think everybody has at least one.
Not a single one in this household.
I have at least one big giant box full of Funko Pops.
See?
I have 2 gift Funko Pops that will probably make me feel bad if I give them away.
I do not have a single Funko Pop that I've spent money on or I currently have in my possession.
Kev, I know your pain. We're in the club. We're in the club, my friend.
Y'all be all right.
Sportive says, "You sure it's not the original T-Rex?" No, you can tell from the ankles that is not the original T-Rex. That and the face.
The shape of the
that
head.
Yeah. But yeah, I won't be surprised that this winds up being a Target exclusive. I hope it does, because I'd like a Target exclusive that nobody but me cares about. And it's a little selfish, but hey.
And on that note, what's next?
What's next is an interesting one, because we're getting a masterpiece character that never existed before.
Skits?
So yeah, well, not just kids. This is actually a new one for Takara Tomy, and this is a little bit insane. So this magazine released a painted reveal of Skids and what everybody thought was a character named Screech. So Screech was a red redeco of the G1 Skids mold that came out in 2009. It was like a mail-away offer with Transformers Generation Volume 3. There's also a green variant. Well, they've come out and said, hey, no, this is not Screech. This is a brand new character called Reboost. What's interesting is that they're doing a brand new character for Masterpiece. This is obviously like a pre-tool, if you will, for Crosscut. This is the Crosscut head. But yeah.
Didn't they do that with
Dust?
Well, there was Loud Pedal, which was the e-hobby exclusive. And there was like Exhaust, I believe, was also e-hobby.
What about there was that repaint of I'm trying to look it up right now. Masterpiece Tracks. There was a purple and black Masterpiece.
Yeah, that was Loud Pedal, and
okay.
Loud Pedal came out. I believe Loud Pedal was an e-hobby exclusive. I think Loud Pedal originally came out in the 2000s. So let's see.
Delete that from my mind. If that was a
Yeah.
master.
Yeah, TF fan page just said what I was thinking too. It's so strange that they revealed these both at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It really is, and I'm hoping that
You see it as Phase EX. What if they don't consider them masterpieces?
I think they will. I don't know what Phase EX is.
Because they're totally not in the style of masterpiece right now, but they can fit in.
They're like old school Masterpiece.
Yeah, toy aesthetic over anything else.
Yeah.
No, Loud Pedal is actually now there was a black tracks that was made. I'm in TF Wiki right now, but Loud Pedal is basically an original character as well. It's based off black tracks, but it's still Loud Pedal is a
Black Tracks.
yeah. That's what it was called.
You know what? Looking at these make me feel like, what if all of a sudden the Omnibots show up?
Well, they definitely could. I hope that these are like, so they did say that they do come with the motorbike drone, so that's included, which is awesome.
If you translate what it says under there, it says that they're working on other figures and Jetfire is one of them.
Well, we're gonna get to that. Spoilers. But I don't know. I hope that they come out with some figures that, you know, like Dave mentioned, the cost of everything's going up. if they continue down the path they're doing with Masterpiece, where releases like standard character releases cost several $100s, this is not going to be a sustainable line because the audience is going to shrink.
I could take this one with one face and just $100.
That's basically what I was getting at. If they go down that route and they release characters that are like a back to basics,
they'll start getting more people back on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there thinking too, like, what if this EX line, if their mainline masterpiece is so G1 cartoon aesthetic, and we've seen that the more G1 cartoon they get, the more engineering they have to cram into it, the higher price. What if this is a subline of MP where they are releasing characters that were not predominantly featured in the cartoons, so we don't have a draw to their animated styles? That these are characters that we want the toy versions of and don't necessarily, like what was Skids in one episode, scene of one episode?
Triple Takeover and Triple Takeover.
Right. But I mean, still, there's probably nobody that's sitting there fondly remembering the animation model of Skids thinking, gosh, I want that. No, this is the toy. The people that have the toy want that.
Wait, Matt, come on. There's one guy on TFW who has...
There is. Whoever made the wiki for this page. Yes, you're right. You're right.
How dare you, McCardle?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Sorry. But if that's the route they're going and they start pulling in more toy aesthetics at a cheaper price point, because they don't have to spend as much more money to get the price aesthetic for these MP bots. Shit, even I would start to like pre-order these things again because this shit got too rich for my blood.
I'm actually seriously considering selling my MPs. Let me tell you.
Like if they like these figures don't look like they have crazy engineering. You know, like the most advanced part probably looks like the wheel wells and the shoulders. If they create some figures that are like kind of back to basics, back to the Hisui line, you know, and I'll argue those figures still hold up. Like I like the Datsuns, I like the Lambos.
Right. And they didn't have to have the crazy engineering to them. Like they had a couple what people used to call the masterpiece moment. That was a really cool piece of transformation, but the whole thing didn't have to be this super complicated, 1,000 part count that could break at a moment's notice. Those things held up. They were built well, and they had enough engineering to get them where they needed to be. Could they had ab crunch and shit built in? Yeah, maybe, but that's still that's neither here nor there.
Like this ab crunch.
What you got? Hold on, let's begin you because I can't see what you're doing. That is perfect.
Yeah,
put that on the shelf and you're good to go.
I just want to figure that's going to hold up a bit better than that X-Transbot. Now, keep in mind, I really like the X-Transbots one, but and I have like skids and crosscut. I never got was it Patlabar?
It's just the problem is it's X-Transbots.
Yeah. So like if these have like the at least the basic articulation fit in with an MP line, they're the scale and they're fun to transform and they tick the right price box, I think these will be a home run given the current climate of collecting. I think they could be just what everybody needs to kind of restore some faith in the MP line.
And going in with what Dave said with the price increasing, maybe this is what they need to do to stay afloat. Because if that price jump hits the already pricey MPs, that they're not going to survive. And this is the way to go about that.
Yeah. And Jay, I'm gonna agree that MPs are not meant to be played with, but at the same time, you shouldn't have to worry about like the paint flaking off or things breaking just from like one transformation. I mean, one of the things that's been driving me nuts is in this moving process, there's a lot of figures, official figures, that I don't want to transform into alt mode to pack away. I mean, MPs, I don't think you should be banging them together and playing with them like toys, but they should at least be durable enough that they can survive a transformation.
The main play feature is they're posable and you can transform them.
Right.
So that's playing with them regardless.
And like Lio Convoy, he's got some like stupid tolerances in his elbows, and you shouldn't have to worry about like that feature really, because I certainly don't play with them, but I at least would like to be able to pose them and flip them back and forth on the display.
Well, that's the thing
without-
too. Is like they're Transformers. So which?
Yeah.
Which do you think is more rigorous a thing to put the figures through, like a posing session and quote unquote play, or the fucking transformation that they're supposed to do? I mean, to me, moving gears and parts and scraping things up against each other to change shape is a lot more wear and tear and needs to hold up against that. Like that's what they need. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're called, Transformers.
Yeah, you and T didn't do much. Well, I mean, T did mess around with Hound a lot, but like, man, I know you mostly
I'm
had
scared of that thing.
A display piece, and you're still cracked.
Right.
So
I fear it. It haunts my nightmares.
T fan page says, "What if they did skids in an alternators deco?" I
would love
dig
that.
it. I like the flames a lot, and since they're not, with this, they're not slavish to the Toon deco or Toon aesthetic. Really, I'd be down with that. I miss alternators.
I always wanted the vinyl tech color.
That was pretty cool.
I wish I bought that.
All right, and last up for our official news, we have possible new Masterpiece Skyfire in the works and Masterpiece Raiden new information. We knew Masterpiece Raiden was coming. They initially announced the Raiden project back when Zeta announced they were doing a Masterpiece scale Raiden. There was a Japanese text that came out on Twitter, and it made mention of a Masterpiece figure on scale with its Commander class counterpart, and that's all the information that we really got. I own the Fans Toys Phoenix, and having the Commander class Jetfire next to that, it's like they're not too far off in size. And truth be told, I'd really like it if they took something like, again, there's a figure that doesn't need many accessories. It was only in 2 episodes. They're not going to base it off of the Valkyrie, so why not just come out with a big MP that doesn't cost people an arm and a leg and has a very simple transformation? You don't have to.
It's going to be 400 minimum.
I hope not. But Phoenix.
I'm really thinking 500 because it should be twice the size of MP44.
Yeah. Phoenix is not going anywhere in my collection. I'll tell you that much. Like, that figure is one of my favorites.
Well, I just got Phoenix finally after all these years. And I don't see myself. I can't imagine what they can do to make the official one better.
I mean, just take the faction symbol gimmick from the Commander class, I guess.
Well, you can do that now with stickers.
I mean,
or the piece that who was it they came up with, the faction symbols that slide in.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have the J-Ream plate.
Yeah, that's what I've got. You buy one of each and you covered. I mean,
yeah, you can replicate Starscreamer. Like, here you go. We just hand these out like Mormon pamphlets. All right. So, we thought we were all done talking about Galvatron. Guess what?
Stone people.
Stolen people now. I mean, now X-Transbots, they're doing it. They're coming out with Abaddon, and these are all renders, but they're saying that this is a one-piece transformation. So I don't know if that means that the cannon stays connected the whole time. I would assume there's parts forming involved.
It has to be. His back is clean. The alt mode looks clean.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm buying it because I just finally got Sovereign as well.
Yeah, I after hearing about Locke, I just don't trust their quality. Like, the back looks clean, sure, but is there an ab crunch here? Because it looks like that's all transformation pieces.
Yeah,
also,
it looks good. Actually, it looks like you got a butterfly. You see the hinges on the front of the...
Yeah, it does. But that cannon, he's got like this chode cannon going on here. What's up with that?
The shadowing on the waist, if you look at his ab piece, it's shadowed like it's curved. If you looked at that looks like it's got a slight curve to it, like it may crunch. I feel like it may have. It's hard to say. Hard to say. I do know he's trying to pass something though with that face. There's a lot of anxiety right there. It's
I shouldn't have had 3 coffees this morning.
Yeah, that's.
They don't do well with ab crunches in my experience with X-Transbots. They're all loose.
T, does Sovereign have an ab crunch?
No.
Okay, Sportimus was asking. I'm just passing along the question.
The way it transforms, it's like it could have been, but they made that part of the transfer. It's one of those transformations where they have the joint, but it locks into place when you're making a robot, which I always do.
I gotcha.
I mean, it looks like he's probably going to have light up eyes. I don't know. I just recently with X-Transbots, I didn't get lock. I know people had issues with that. Jonathan Walker.
Go back to the other picture real quick. It looks like he's going to have his shoulder should be able to have some good forward motion.
Yeah, that's what Matt was saying, though. I don't think that's a butterfly joint so much as it is like the arms.
Hinge.
Yeah.
But
it's just a hinge. It'll probably look weird, but
fake it till you make it, right? I will say the cannon mode's way better than Sovereign.
If it's a good price, I would say for people to be cautious and buy it. Sovereign has, I still need to review that at some point, but he got some things going on, like the cannon not staying on. And whenever I move his arms, the little side panels kind of fall out of place. You got to push them back in place every single time because they don't lock.
If it was X-Transbots 2-3 years ago, I'd say, oh yeah, sure, this thing's going to be a good price. But X-Transbots now, they've publicly stated they think they're just as good as fans' toys. This is not going to be a good price.
I see 200 should be their highest point.
You know me. I'm just not a fan of Keith. I'm never a fan.
Price is no object for me because I am not buying this.
So,
I got a question with Joe on this one. I am 100% with Joe.
See, T-Fan page says just type a third-party figure we need. Something Hasbro's already doing.
Here's a question though: where's Perfection Series in all this?
That's a good question. I
haven't heard a peep from them.
We gotta follow up with Chigo King and get him back on here.
I just looked up at my Springer that I bought there. What's it called?
Saltus.
I'm like, man, that was a good figure. Why don't we have more of that kind of thing?
Well, technically, isn't their Star Convoy part of that?
But that's Christ. That was announced 2-3 years ago, and it's coming out soon. But surely they've got something else in the pipe. I mean, I want them to. I want to know.
Well, actually,
do they care about me?
You know what? You're forgetting about their Bruticus.
I'm forgetting about a lot of things.
You're forgetting about their Bruticus. They released the Bruticus under the Perfection series all last year.
But again,
so
that's stuff that's out and done with, though. Where's their where's the shit, man? Come on, show us the good shit.
I'm just saying they're not dead.
Galvatron. I know they got one.
And they're doing Defensor, so that's probably where their focus is.
Okay, I'll take that. I don't like it, but I'll take it.
Is that MMC Perfection Series?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he looks good. Hopefully he is good, but I'm going to be watching somebody else's review.
So this is New Age's Vanishing Point, which is Cliff Jumper.
He's a Dwarves, and I want him.
This looks great. I think this is the best looking of course, this is Legend scale, but this is the best looking Cliff Jumper any third party has ever done.
Any first party.
You know what, though? Even though this is Legend scale, if they would just take this exact mold and embiggen it, it would be perfect.
It's funny. We said that about the Bumblebee.
I've said that a lot of the new. This is New Age, right?
Yes, New Age.
I have said that a lot with a lot of the New Age designs. I would love to see so many of their designs taken up a class level. I am honestly surprised some company hasn't KO'd a larger upscaled version of them.
They did. The Bumblebee they did. There is a KO upscaled of their Bumblebee.
Oh,
Why didn't?
Well, they're doing a new Bumblebee in this exact mold here too as well.
Yes.
but I'm saying just in general. I mean, like I would love to get an upscale version of the New Age Combaticons, for example. I'd pay for that. Or if you imagine an upscaled version of the not New Age Combaticons, but the Iron Factory, or an upscaled version of the DJD.
Yep.
Can you imagine those in a more solid, bigger plastic, even with that simple transformation?
New Age could do it themselves.
Yeah, New Age, I would love to see this Cliff Jumper as a larger figure.
The Magic Square is already doing it.
So this Cliff Jumper, though, the accessory kit that comes with it's got the skis, that thing from the episode.
Yeah.
And they are magnetic. So the wheels have metal on it, and those skis are magnetically attached. So that's cool.
So at that scale.
Going back to what? Oh, sorry, Matt.
No, I was just going to say magnets are good.
Yeah, I was going to say, going back to what T said, they did dip their toes in the water last year with Mista, which was their Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave, and yeah, that was a movie character. Dark of the Moon. Thank you. While that's a movie character, they did do a very, very good job of creating a MP scale figure.
That's such a weird choice too for them. I just randomly a random MP movie bot.
Somebody must have been a huge fan, and they're
Probably, yeah, it was a passion project for somebody.
Matter him coming with minions, they're like, okay, well, we could do a laser beak and Ravage, and fuck it, we'll do a full age MP figure.
I was watching something a show called Caravan of Garbage, and they were saying that Laserbeak was their favorite character in the movie series from them because of how crazy he was.
He did give Ken Jeong a very hard time.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've looked at this Bumblebee before because he was announced a bit ago, but he's still very cool. I like them both. These
are new shots of Herbie, and it also gives you a quick look that this is distinctly made to look like a VW, whereas if you go back to the
very penny racer
here, it's very penny racer. And then you've also got the VW. He does still have, it appears he has the magnetic plate, so he's probably going to be compatible with the skis, even though he didn't use them. And I love the fact that they don't just say, hey, we're going to give him all the same accessories.
Right.
He's got his jetpack, his wheel cover, and his signature blaster.
So checking Facebook here recently, just in the past few minutes, Terry Wong at Terry TF Club, TFS Club, TF's Club, however the hell you say it. He announced on here that they were told by New Age just today that the Herbie and Vanishing Point will be a 2-pack.
Oh, that's awesome.
So these will both come together. The full price is set to be revealed either today or tomorrow. So we'll see, but they're saying it's a 2-pack.
There you go. $40. And this was today from T-Formers. And right here it says, look for this figure to ship in April, possibly as a 2-pack. So
confirmed.
Got the confirmation there.
I can't remember any reviews, but did this thing have a waist swivel?
This thing hasn't come out yet. This mold isn't out yet.
Oh, I thought, what the heck did I watch? Oh,
you were watching Magic Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, what the heck did I watch? Deluxe review.
Yeah. All of them. All of them. God, if they release these things in transparent or colored clear plastic, he's gonna buy them. He's gonna eat them. He's gonna love it.
I have a question. Why hasn't Siege Astro Chain been upscaled to a KO? Or has been an upscaled KO? I think because the thumb has been down on Black Mamba, and they're trying to restructure.
But I'm still roughly in the Legends game, and so I'm getting these two, I think. But we'll see.
And T, I'm not sure if you saw this one. John Shimko says, got this figure in the mail day called Cycleon Lavender by Good Smile. Quality is very good. T-Band would like it. It's a fembot that turns into a motorcycle, and there's a lot of diecast in it.
Matt and Joe would like it too. Probably.
I've seen pictures of it.
I'm looking it up.
I like fembot.
There you go.
Does it have boobs?
Let's talk about gargoyles, though. Let's talk.
Yeah. This came out of nowhere, and this had all of toy social media lit up this morning because a lot of people didn't believe this was real at first.
I thought it was a custom.
Yeah, I mean it would be a very good custom. You know, the thing is, it's like, is this the first venture NECA's had with any Disney properties?
That's a big yes, and that's a huge deal if you think about it. I mean, this is non-traditional Disney. You know, it's not DuckTales related or anything else. But yes, this is a Disney property.
And they didn't let Hasbro do it.
I mean, and I'm surprised they didn't let Hasbro do it. But then again, Hasbro might be a little. Maybe Hasbro just licensed it out.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like, I'm glad how this is happening. Like, you know, Sportimus is in there. NECA quality sucks, though. I'm like, look, I have my gripes with NECA, but at the end of the day, they still make great display pieces.
Absolutely, I'm looking at my Predators now.
When we had a NECA wish list, I think I was one of us that said if they did gargoyles. And I'm pretty sure I said it.
And if Gargoyles gets the same love that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gets, goddamn, I'm buying it. I gotta buy another bookshelf.
So NECA was quick. I don't know if you have this as one of the slides, but NECA was very quick to say, okay, I'll wait then.
Yeah, so the tweet they had in response to the Gargoyles and Goliath is tongue-tied here. The response to Gargoyles and Goliath is nothing short of phenomenal. Thank you. I want to confirm the following. This is a full line. We have 5 more figures completed and more in development. If you aren't familiar with the show, do yourself a favor and watch it on Disney+. So this is not a one-off.
Well, I mean, this comes out, I mean, just based on the Goliath mold alone, you get Thalog, which is his evil clone. You get... possibly, and then they have to do the robot suits because that's an army builder.
Well, this is NECA. You're going to get all of that. You know you're going to. They will beat the shit out of it.
You know, of course, there's the figure.
The
How are they going to milk that mold? Because I mean, look at those accessories; those are perfect.
Do you get a Keith David voice box?
That's the only thing it's missing. You don't get that, but he actually visits your house for 15 minutes after you buy it. You have to send your receipt in.
And what not only.
What about my Jonathan Frakes voice box?
Yeah, because you're probably going to get multiple versions of Xanatos. Because going back to Steel Clan, there were the gray and black robots, and then there was also the red and black version.
And that was Xanatos in the armor.
Yeah,
God, that was a cool reveal. God, I gotta rewatch that show.
And then yeah, I would say you'd probably get a Demona and then probably a gargoyle and a human version of her, Eliza, and there's a lot they can do with this line. I mean,
if I was gonna go for the 5, Goliath, Brooklyn.
Broadway.
No, Brooklyn.
Who's Brooklyn?
Hudson.
Well, I'm talking about the 5 initial figures: Goliath, Brooklyn, a Steel Clan, and Steel Clan Xanatos, and maybe Thalog.
Well, there's Brooklyn and Broadway and Lexington.
Right, but I'm just about the 5. Like, if I was like the initial 5 to put for development.
Yeah. Only issue I'm saying with this is he has humongous pecs. And I don't think that his arms can come straight like that.
If it's a soft material, though, because for Rat King, they use that soft material in the upper body.
Hopefully. And hopefully it's strong like ratchety joints.
My only gripe is I wish that he came with, and because like when we get into accessories, this is called an ultimate figure, but he's got like the whited out eyes. I wish he had like a relaxed face. He does. I take that back.
Your wish got granted like that.
Yeah. I wish he had alternate wings that formed like kind of a cloak.
And a relaxed face. I was looking at him, looking at the book with that face on, and he looks just pissed off.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, the cloaked wings would be nice, and I know I'm being greedy. I am 100% being greedy. But yeah, even a stone version of him.
Well, you know they'll do those.
You got to pay more money.
Again, it's NECA. How many Predators? How many Godzillas? Like it's.
They might just sell a statue.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they didn't turn to stone in the same pose. It was like however they were when the sun came up. So they would still need to be posable.
This is going to be this.
That is true. A stone deco and still fully posable would be you'd get that to sell just as many as the colored version. I think
that would be your SDCC. There's your Comic-Con exclusive right there.
A whole case pack of stone
Boom.
painted.
Actually, that's exactly it. NECA,
and they're all pre-posed in the box. Yeah.
Little.
And Nightwing,
but I don't remember anything from Gargoyles.
Oh, dude.
Nightwing, yes, you did point out the cloak. I will give you credit for that one.
What about it does do the cloak or it doesn't do?
No, that it doesn't. Well, but we were talking earlier because he said he was excited, but he was a little upset the wings weren't posable. But I said there's evidence the wings are. I mean, they've got the hinges here.
Ooh.
Like it's hard to see. Like they've hidden the hinges pretty good in the photography, and I'm pretty sure that those are going to peg into the back on ball joints.
Oh.
Which are hopefully done well and can hold their own weight. It's
hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll be hitting this guy with a hairdryer, top to bottom.
You might not need to. I mean, these might not be painted the same way as turtles because it's looking to me like they're just.
Oh, it's just in NECA. That's just a thing I do. I'll just hit them all with a hairdryer. This is, and the nice part is being even with the 7-inch scale, they'll look good with anything.
Yeah.
He's going to be next. A few pictures next to my Purgatory, my TB League Purgatory.
NECA, thank you. I'm in. I am in.
I expect to see the pictures your wife takes when you do it.
Yes, for that inside joke, my wife likes to take inappropriate pictures with my female action figures posed in precarious situations.
I think Sportimus has the right idea for the stone versions if they had pedestals for them to stand on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I said corrected, and I hate them. I can't afford it. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with these is it's another rabbit hole.
Oh God, I'm already.
But it's not. It's at least as character wise, it doesn't run that deep, right? You don't have full cast. They're gonna do variants of each one. Don't get me wrong, but at least if you just want character representation, you don't have to go that many.
Oh man, imagine if they do like the one-off episode where it was like they went to the future and they were all fucked up.
And then you got the cyborgs, and then you got the pack, and then you got the cyborg version of the pack, and then
Jackal and Hyena.
I mean, let me do this real quick and say, let's go back 2 or 3 years and say, man, it would be weird if NECA did that one time when the Turtles went on tour and concert and made a pack of that, like that one-off thing.
You know what'd be even weirder if they did Bebop and Rocksteady in their Easter Bunny.
Exactly. Yeah. So anything that you're thinking of, they're probably going to do.
When they went up in their little human masks.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Didn't they have one human friend like April O'Neil?
I mean,
Gargoyles, yes. They had their own April.
Yeah, it was Angela.
Yeah.
She was no damsel in distress though.
You know, she was like a NYPD cop and everything.
Eliza, you mean?
I thought that was yeah, Angela was his daughter.
Well, it's on Disney Plus. I'm gonna have to. They're about to take me in a rewatch on this.
Yeah, it is. It's on there.
I think this was during those years where I kind of fell off the Disney afternoon.
This was actually one of the things that pulled me back on, to be honest.
This in the land of 90s cartoons, you have sort of the big ones. You got your Batman the Animated Series, your Spider-Man animated, your X-Men. This one was more akin to. I always said this show reminded me a lot of Batman the Animated Series with its tone and its color palettes. they weren't going for flashy colors and like bright, like the X-Men and Spider-Man shows are very, they're adult themed, more adult themed kid shows, but they're still flashy and bright and still pull the eye in.
And the
Where
voice
these guys, right, where these guys are like, each gargoyle's got that different color to differentiate them, but they're muted. They're more, it's a darker tone for the entire show. So it's, again, if it's more akin to Batman the Animated Series, if you want to kind of gauge where this show is at, it took itself pretty seriously and was better off for it, in my opinion.
Oh, Macbeth. Gotta get Macbeth in the show.
For some reason, I keep thinking, I remember thinking that they took Batman Animated Series, Turtles, and Gummy Bears and smashed it into one show. Like one of the characters seemed goofy and dumb like the Gummy Bears.
I was going to ask where the Gummy Bears factored into that.
I was like wondering like what the smoke was.
He's going full Elon Musk over there.
Yeah.
Just doing some carving.
He's
All
getting
right.
hot.
So I think most, some of us are very excited about this, and others are glad that we are excited.
Yes.
Well,
And
that's not.
I might end up getting it anyway.
You need to get it.
Watch the show.
And Joe was kind enough to text us and say that the entire state of Florida's internet went out, so he'll be back whenever he can.
Next up, NECA has teased us with another release. This is the Secret of the Ooze Shredder. We already have Super Shredder, but it looks like we're getting... I can't remember what the difference between the costumes really was.
His mask more bladed right here.
Yeah, it had all the serrated blades all over it.
I always just thought it was like the consequences of that thing, like getting like... Oh, yeah, that's right, it was.
They made a point showing it being sharpened and all that, remember?
Yeah. I know his face was a bit scarred up.
Yep.
Well, he was stuck in a garbage compactor.
Yeah.
His whole body should be scarred up.
He should look like Matthew McConaughey from that Doritos commercial. That should be the figure.
Yeah. The more serrated, he's got the purple gi. Yeah, and this is supposed to be an ultimate figure, meaning it should just be a single release.
With a ton of accessories, I would guess.
Yeah.
So, not much to go on here.
Yeah.
You think that would make NECA Michael Bay Turtles?
No. Someone actually addressed them and NECA said no.
Because that Krang looked interesting.
Yeah. The Krang was also voiced by Brad Garrett.
Yeah, that was weird.
All right. Next up, this one is probably not everybody's cup of tea. Today marks the 6th year anniversary of the release of the game Bloodborne. And I guess in celebration of that, Figma is releasing or reissuing the old Hunter and Hunter weapon set. So if anybody is a fan of Bloodborne and wanted to get in on this set without paying ridiculous aftermarket prices, well, guess what? You now can do so.
It was a good Figma set. I think. I mean, I hate the game because I hate those. I hate the Souls games.
Yeah, it looks good, but I've never played those games either. And then the clips I see make me don't want to play it.
Not for T-Man, I'll tell you that much.
Not for Lutlock.
And yeah, that's a lot of accessories right there, my friends. So
did you get a new Ghosts and Goblins game?
I
I'm like,
did.
this don't look fun at all.
It looks like a Flash game to me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm skipping out on it. But if someone, that's the thing is like, where's like the Figma Arthur? I'd love that with all the different weapons and effects.
Because it's Capcom. Figma doesn't have any Capcom licenses. So where's your figure arts, Arthur? I'm not your figure arts. Yeah, your figure arts, Arthur.
Or Sentinel.
Or Storm.
Or Storm. Yeah, Storm could do one. That'd be pretty
Storm
sweet.
doing every other flipping game except Matt's Morgan.
Oh.
Speaking of Storm.
Storm
is they can suck my dick. Yeah, so we got a Ultra Street Fighter 4 Evil Ryu.
Who punched him in the chest?
I don't know, Akuma probably.
It's basically the evil's bursting out of him.
No.
I like Street Fighter 4. I didn't play. I've never been much of a fan of 5, but I did enjoy 4 a lot. So
I think 4's got better mechanics. The EX mechanics were pretty cool.
it was just a more fun game.
Yeah.
I saw a
Watch
very interesting video for 5 that makes me be like, oh, maybe I should download it.
Anybody on Xbox right now, you can get Ultra Street Fighter 4 Arcade for $6, which is a hell of a value. That's like all the DLC characters.
And they have, I mean, again, if you're Street, that's one of the reasons I like 4. It had characters from Street Fighter 3. It had Street Fighter.
Final Fight.
Yeah. Well, so did
Technically,
that's Alpha 3.
Yeah. Guy and Cody were in there, but
yeah.
You get prison parole, Cody.
Is there a story mode?
Yeah. Street Fighter 5 has a joke of a story. 4 at least has a semi-story.
Yeah.
5 stories mode is absolute trash.
Yeah, but outside of like NetherRealm, you're not going to get fight. Well, actually, I take that back because like Dragon Ball Fighter Z actually has an okay story.
SNK.
Yeah. Blaze Blue, I guess. But I think NetherRealm gives everybody like the fighting game stories they always wanted.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat story is so silly.
Well, Injustice and Injustice 2, they're pretty much in the same vein.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I actually look forward to those single player games.
Yeah, they actually have enough content for it to be a movie.
That's something that NetherRealms completely excels in. This is
Speaking of NetherRealm, speaking of Mortal Kombat,
dun, 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 dun.
we're getting some ridiculous repaints of. Again, they're milking Spawn for everything he's worth right now.
Yeah.
We get the Lord Covenant variant, which I guess is really more so a reissue of the sword. For those that didn't get the Spawn with that weapon, because basically, what now? We've got 3 versions of Spawn, like traditional Spawn, where you get the sword, the axe, and the mace. Then we've got the Lord Covenant version. We've got what weapon did the white and red one come with? Was that the sword?
Came with an axe.
It was the axe. And to top it all off, we've also got a gold label one. I think we've looked at the gold label one on here before.
Bumblebee Spawn?
Bumblebee Spawn. I like it. Or Scorpion Spawn. I don't hate this one so much, to be honest.
Yeah, are these actually in the game? Because from what I remember, the costumes look way different when you change their skins.
Yeah, I don't think the gold label one is, but I think the Covenant are, because those are. I think every repaint is actually named off of a color variant of a skin.
And speaking of the gold label, somebody sent me a picture. I forgot what store it was. They had a whole bunch of Mandarin Spawns in there for $5.
Holy shit!
Like this was last week.
I'd take one for $5. Like the packaging on this, but yeah, not.
If I'm wrong, the original packaging didn't say Mortal Kombat 11, right?
It did.
It did.
I think Scorpion and Sub-Zero might not have. I think they
That's what I might be thinking about.
They might have just said Mortal Kombat. Like I think they might have had like the MK logo on there, but they didn't strictly say Mortal Kombat 11. And let's see. Last but certainly not least, this one's kind of a weird one, but I like it. Blitzway has been coming out with some interesting stuff lately. They had what was it? The Inspector Gadget, I believe. Did they do, Matt, you might know, did Blitzway do the Darkwing Duck?
That new one that was just announced?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a second. I can verify.
Yeah. But Blitzway is doing a Where's Waldo or Where's Wally, depending on where you are in the world.
Beast Kingdom. Darkwing Duck, that new one that's coming out is done by Beast Kingdom.
Okay. First off, they're showing the pre-order bonus is his I guess you change his eyes through his glasses, which is kind of neat. He is a 1/6 scale figure. Looks like he's got soft goods. Well, he's definitely got soft goods on him. And I like this a lot. This is just
it's a
Go ahead,
novelty
D.
piece. I was gonna say it's a novelty piece.
It's cool, but he's too tall. So I see they also have a 1/12 scale on there.
I love that he's got this base that's the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would want him to hide in my collection, but that is way too tall to hide anyway.
Well, 1/6 scale collectors are a little different than.
And here's the 1/12 scale. And this one,
Oh God, I could just hide that in my house, different places.
yeah. I'd be more interested in the 1/12 scale. I love the fact that he's got a magnet in his back, so you really could hide in places.
I've seen a review on their Inspector Gadget, and the gadget figure itself looks really good. Like it's kind of everything you'd want in an Inspector Gadget. So hopefully this follows the same vein.
I have not watched it. Does it move well?
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, good enough. It just doesn't have like friggin' butterfly joints or anything.
Or
but yeah, it moves well enough. Yeah.
Sporma says this look good with your Hot Toys. There's a deluxe version of this too, of the 1/12 scale. I in all honesty, I will probably get the deluxe version of the 1/12 scale.
I mean, you buy a 1/12 scale Where's Waldo, and then you hide it. You go out of your way to make it so people can't see it. Like here's a collectible. I have a Waldo here in my collection somewhere, but you can't see it. It's hidden. So.
Or
but it's there.
Every selfie you take, you put them in the background. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm in on this one. I'm gonna get that. The
how
pre-order.
Yeah, how much?
Let's see here. Do they list it? I know they say pre-orders are going up.
The 23rd.
Yeah.
Where's Wally?
That's what he was called overseas. Pre-order links on BBTS. All right. So the 1/12 scale deluxe is $100. The standard is $60. I might not get the deluxe at that point. I might just get the standard.
What comes with the deluxe?
All the accessories. Like he comes with
I don't need that.
the book, the dog, the backpack, and like the snorkel and all that. I just need Waldo and the cane. That's all I need.
If he actually comes with like 3 of the books at the same time, maybe, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll get the standard one, and I'll be happy with it.
Did Waldo? Did he feature a cane?
Yes.
I don't remember him ever having a cane. Does he have bad hips, or he doesn't appear to be elderly?
He was typically behind somebody, so you didn't see the cane.
Right.
I need like the. At first, I was like,
he's a Swiss
and then I was
German,
like
walking up the mountains, so he has to have his walking stick to help him climb the mountains. He's not
I had to like double take. I was like, oh yeah, Unicron's behind me.
I don't know, Jordan. If you're going to get it, like that deluxe set looks like it's at least worth the extra money, right? And the way the book looks like that's his stand is the Where's Waldo book. It looks like it might even open up and hold the accessories.
Ooh.
I think you should get the deluxe version. I think you'll be sad if you don't. And I don't want you to be sad.
I don't want to be sad either, man.
Use your non-stimmy on it.
I gotta ask. One Nate's Toys and Collectibles. Hey, are you getting the Where's Waldo? And if so, how much?
Yep.
Because he might. No, Nate. I'll be like, you doing Blitzway? But I think that's it. Unless I know that you had the Justice League 3-pack in there, but I don't see a link.
I'm done. We'll talk about it later. I don't need to talk about it.
It's a thing that's happening. Y'all saw it. I like them, but I don't know if I'm going to pre-order. Unless I pre-order from Nate's Toys and Collectibles.
where you can get all of your toys and collectibles.
But we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you. Thanks to everybody who hung out with us in the show tonight, in the chat, everybody that chimed in and got in on the conversation. We love you guys. I will probably, after I clear it out with Nate, we'll figure out what our next giveaway is. I'll make a video. You guys can see the evolution of my collection room because it's starting to look like Joe's.
Wait till it starts looking like this.
Yeah. Hey, when I get into the next house, I'll be happy.
And then you have the cases and the stacks, and then you're like, ooh, do I open a box of something new, or do I put something old on my display?
That's gonna be the challenge.
Going, I don't know where to go, and then you just have the boxes building and building and accumulating.
But you, at least, Dave, you seem to pick like here, I'm going to pick my Marvel Legends, and you tackled those, and I'm going to pick my Predators, I'm going to tackle those, and that probably seems like the best approach.
It is, but the problem is, like I said, like it took me when I moved here in December, and now here it is in March, and I just touched the Transformers.
Yeah, for me it'll be Transformers first because I'm going to want to restore my setup, and then it'll probably be everything else.
Can you display all of your Marvel Legends, Dave?
I'm working on it. The Spider-Man look really good.
Way too many.
I'll be like, T, I live closer now. You want to come over and help me set these things up?
I don't know. You might be easier for me to get to now.
I probably will be. I'll be closer to White Marsh.
No, I mean where you are now.
Oh, really?
It's about the same. It's honestly about the same.
I appreciate Nightwingham. Thank you. Appreciate about the health. Yes, it's going. It's moving forward. I still have it. I know that. I know. I didn't inhale it. I actually have a window open. Actually, the garage in the corner is open for the
did
styrofoam
not inhale. That's how you have to.
What's the
Yeah, Matt will help. I'll have Matt come over.
Yep.
Matt,
just don't do inventory after I leave. That's all you got to do.
Pose these masterpiece figures, and then they're all going to be humping each other. And then I'll like shake my fist like a '90s movie.
Do you want them all humping each other, or do you want it more of a gangbang scenario where one is the target?
I want Mark Henry sexual chocolate in Transformers form.
Bulkhead? A repaint of Bulkhead coming your way.
I forgot what that picture was next to the Metroid, but I zoomed in.
Does that wrap it? I think that wraps it.
I think that wraps it. So again, thanks to everybody who came in, hung out with us tonight. We love you guys. Again, stay tuned for the Nate's Toys and Collectibles giveaway. I'll have something coming up hopefully by the weekend, if not midweek. Again, you can find out where we're at in the show description, and we will see you all next time. I might do a stream this weekend. I can't guarantee it, but I might have something up. So again, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll see you all again next time.
See ya.